All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakar the honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and women who follow. So this past week, the camp, we were speaking about rebellion and just dealing with 2/3 how they, get out of order and out of line. All right. So just wanted to really touch on that same subject, but really put the microphone on us that are in the know. Okay. So Lord is what's going to be edifying. And just going back over this word rebellion, says war raged against the government by some portion of its subjects, especially against God, all right? Especially, going against the Most High, or here we go, because people think, if I'm not going against the Most High, then I'm good. But it says, or church, it's like church authority. And what is church authority? That's, the apostles going against a elder, okay, going against an established figure in the church. All right. Uh, yeah. So it goes back to rebellion, revolt, renewal of war, basically to war again. All right. Going back into bellicose, inclined to fighting, warlike, valorous, given to fighting. Bellicose is war. So is again. So um, just going into warring again. And what are they warring again against? So in its truth, what can we be warring against? All right. The established order. All right. Whether it's something that you don't like, whether something that you think is the apostles or an elder would say is one thing, but you think it's another thing. All right. Just, hey, at the end of the day, just going against, let me see. This is Hebrews 13 and 17. It says, obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls. That's the job of an elder. That's the job of the apostles. All right, that's the job of an older brother. That's really the job for all of us. But, coming from the head down, all right, is our job to know the state of the flock, to be a shepherd to the flock, and to watch for souls. So if they tell you something, it's for your betterment. It's like you dealing with your woman. All right. You can't protect a woman who doesn't listen to you. Because if you tell her, hey, look, we need to go left, and she wants to go right, and then she gets hurt, well, it's her own fucking fault because she didn't listen to her man. And if our apostles, if our elders, or if the established men that are above us given an order, a command, a suggestion, whatever, hey, that's what it is. If they say we need to go left, even if you know left is wrong, hey, go there and be wrong, and then we'll get it together. But if you're on this train, man, this train is moving in one direction. All right, and that's towards salvation. So if you ain't trying to move in that direction, then you got to go your own direction. Okay, but it says, obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls as they that must give an account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Let's see what this says in the NLT. But yeah, they're gonna have to give an account to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Well, man, why did you allow that brother to go off like that? The blood will be on your hands. And you, not to say that you allowed a brother to go off, but that's probably a bad example. Or why didn't you tell that brother, not to mess with, Big Shirley, and then he gets in a situation, or it could be a lot of things, man. But a lot of times brothers will say, "Hey, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should mess with her, or I don't think you should go there." You go to a party and then party is shot up. And then what? You shouldn't have been there. All right, but it says, obey your spiritual leaders and do what they say. Their work is to watch over your souls, and they are accountable to the Most High. Give them reason to do this with joy and not with sorrow. So it's our job as younger men to make their job easier. Since that would certainly not be for your benefit. Right? So is give them reason to do this with joy and not sorrow. All right. Give them it should be a pleasant thing to watch over you. Don't be this nigga. You don't want to be a headache for somebody, man. We got enough to deal with in the gospel. All right. So going back to rebelling, all right, or bucking up against an established order. All right, that's what happened when we were in the wilderness. This is Exodus 17. I'll start at verse 1. It says, "And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin after their journeys according to the commandment of the Most High, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, Give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord?" Right. So the people were chiding with Moses. What does that chide mean? Okay. This is Strong's H7378. Rayab. All right. It says to strive, to contend, to strive physically with words, or to conduct a case or a suit legally, to make a complaint, to quarrel, to contend against. So, man, they were bitching, man. Said plainly, to contend, to debate. All right, they were bitching. What did they say? And Moses said, "Why chide ye with me? Wherefore ye do tempt the Lord?" Going back to the definition, because it said, to wage war against, a government or a portion of its subjects, especially with the Most High or the church authority. In that case, Moses was the church authority, but he was working under the authority of the Most High. So they weren't, chiding against Moses. They were chiding against the Most High. He's the one who told them to go there. He's the one who's leading them. So the complaint's not with Moses. Like I said, the complaint's with the Most High. All right. So it says, and the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, Wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst?" Just having no faith. The Lord just brought us out of Egypt with a mighty work, killed all the Egyptians. And here go these niggas complaining. "Oh, you brought us out here to die. We're going to die of thirst, our children and our cattle." You can hear the nigga woman right now. "My baby ain't got nothing to drink." Verse 4. "And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, What shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me." They was ready to kill Moses off. "Hey, Moses, I'm thirsty, dog." I can hear Jake now. "Man, what's up that water? Getting kind of dry up in this bit." You know how Jake is. Jake always got something to say, and Jake puts salt on it. So you can just hear Jake now complaining, and thousand by thousand, not just a nigga here or a nigga there, an end up here or end up there. Thousands upon thousands of Jakes just complaining, and that shit fucking festers and it builds, and then that's how you almost get a riot. That's why, hey, it's a rebellion to wage war against government or some portion of its subject by some portion of his subjects. All right. And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people and take the elders of Israel and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thy hand and go. Behold, I will stand before thee upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come out of it, and there shall come water out of it, and the people may drink. And Moses did that in the sight of the elders of Israel. So the problem got taken care of. They didn't even need to cry, bitch, and moan. The Most High had us there for a reason. All right, He didn't bring us out there to kill us. But hey, ultimately, the niggas had to go. That's why we were in the wilderness for 40 years, because anyone who came out of Egypt, save Joshua and Caleb, all right, they didn't get to see the promised land. So that whole generation had to go. All right, why is that? Now, 1 Samuel 15 and 23, it says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. It's like it. Stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry, right? So if you're rebelling against the word of the Most High, or if you're rebelling against, a camp leader, an apostle, an elder, an older brother, it's as if you are rebelling against the Most High. All right, you might as well, be committing some witchcraft. It's one and the same. Matter of fact, let's just start at verse 22. All right, it says, and Samuel said, "Has the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, it is better to obey. Suck it. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams." So listening to what is being told and doing that is better than sacrificing unto the Lord. All right, because rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Let's see what it says in the NLT. But Samuel replied, what is more pleasing unto the Lord, your burnt offerings and sacrifices, or your obedience to his voice? Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice, and submission is better than offering the fat of rams. Submission, being under someone's rule. Okay? Rebellion is as sinful as witchcraft, and stubbornness is as bad as worshiping idols. So being stubborn, all right, being hard-headed, you might as well be serving another god. Because this Yahweh Hashem Shai deals with order. You go up the chain of command. All right. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. What's that saying in the NLT? But be sure that everything is done properly and in order. All right? So you don't have to complain. You don't have to chide, cry, bitch, or moan, because everything is being done decently and in order. And if you feel it's not, then you can go your own way. But we in the know, all right, we get our orders from up top, all right, and it goes right on down the line. And every man from the highest man of Israel to the lowest man of Israel, all right, is to be in order. And as we read earlier, to not give those above them a tough time, man. That's not that too much to ask. That's not a lot to ask for. It says in the middle of verse 23, it says, so because you have rejected the command of the Lord, he has rejected you as king. All right, speaking specifically to Saul. But hey, speaking to us as well. Because, you want to go about filling your own belly, going your own way, your own direction. Hey, the Lord will reject you and spew you out of his mouth. So that's why it's very important to, listen to our leaders. Listen to leadership, man. Listen to leadership. All right. And through the Spirit, what does leadership tell us to do? Tells us to go find it on our own. Don't just take their word for it, but go find it on our own. You don't hear other camps saying that. You don't hear Nathaniel say, "Well, this is the hell doctrine, and if you don't believe the hell doctrine, go look up on your own." He wants you to believe him and take him at face value, and don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask. Hey, but Lord's word was edifying, and I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakar Kadash. Dub honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and all the men and women who follow. Shalom.